Hello, welcome back to Music with Mascots. If you saw my last video on how to prepare and ship a turntable when you're buying or selling one online, you saw this Marantz turntable completely apart, which was necessary to fix it from the problems that the shipper left me. It's alive. I have it back together. So we'll show you this, and we're going to be discussing today the lost recordings. This is a wonderful series, and I think you'll be happy to hear about it, and I'll tell you what's available. And maybe one to avoid. There's one to avoid. Okay, so first, I will be talking about the classical recordings that they have, and then I'll be talking about the jazz. But first, I'm going to demonstrate the Marantz, a couple of seconds of the Ravel Piano Concerto in this series. Press the start button. It's alive. There we go. Okay. Just hit stop. There are a few seconds of Ravel. You can never go wrong with a few seconds of Ravel. This is the Ravel Concerto for Piano and Orchestra in G major. Now these all are in gatefold editions, and they're all numbered. First edition of 2,000 copies. On the label it tells you how many copies were made of a given recording, and if you have the first edition or not. I don't know if they're going to make multiple editions of these. So this was recorded in Royal Festival Hall in London in the UK in 1982 by the BBC, remastered by the Lost Recordings. So what they're doing is they're traveling around the world and looking for recordings that were either unreleased or nothing was ever done with them. Maybe some live recordings. There are some good, excellent live jazz recordings. So I've got the Michelangelo, Arturo Benedetto Michelangelo, excellent pianist. So I've got the Michelangelo Ravel Piano Concerto. Carl Böhm, excellent conductor. So we've got Johannes Brahms, and Symphony Number 4, and Symphony Number 4, and Symphony Number 4. That takes up 3 sides. These are at 45 RPM. And Richard Strauss, Death and Transfiguration. Don't know if that's at 45 or 33, but it's 22 minutes. So maybe these aren't 45. The Ravel is, and let me pop this out. Okay, I put these all in fresh gatefold. This is 33. No, these are 33 RPM. So you have to look and see which record you have. This Carl Böhm, this record is the one I would say that you could skip. I like his recordings. They're usually extremely high quality. This one was not released. This has one problem. There's some noise occasionally from the background. If you could ignore that, it's a great recording. But it may be the reason why it was unreleased. I don't know. If you think of, for classical fans, some of the Mozart piano concertos with Rudolf Serkin, you can hear him breathing and kind of counting or whatever noises he makes while he's performing. In a live performance, you would never hear that. In a studio recording, it can pick that up, or a well-mic'd live performance is going to pick that up. That has something of that nature on here that crops up regularly, and I found annoying. So I may not listen to this one again. I might, though. Alicia de la Rocha, wonderful Spanish pianist. And this is a good collection of the stuff she does best. So you've got Antonio Soler, 2 sonatas, Enrique Granados, El Pelele, Carlos Suriñas, Canciones y Danzas. It's a 3-minute piece. I have not heard that before. I don't think I've heard her playing the Soler. Then we've got Granados, 3 pieces from Goyescas, Federico Mampu, Canciones y Danzas, number 4, 5, and 6, and Isaac Albéniz, Iberia, Book 1, number 3, Corpus Christi and Sevilla, 3 pieces from Isaac Albéniz, from Iberia, Triana, El Albacin, and Lavapié. These are great pieces too. And then Francis Poulenc, Toccata. It's 2 minutes. I just got this one. I have not listened to it yet. I'm looking forward to it. I really like Alicia de la Rocha doing the Spanish stuff. I mean, she's great at Mozart. She's great at Bach. But the Spanish stuff is where she is the master. Samson Francois, pianist. We have 4 discs. Robert Schumann, Papillon. Felix Mendelssohn, Songs Without Words, 2. Alexander Alabayev and Franz Liszt. Franz Liszt, probably an arrangement. Franz Liszt, Sonetto 123. Del Petrarca, Valse Impromptu, Transcendental Etude number 8 and number 7. On side C, you have the Liszt Piano Concerto number 1 and Chopin's Waltz in C-sharp minor. On the last side of the second disc, you have Franz Liszt's Hungarian Rhapsody and some Chopin Nocturne in G minor, Etude in G flat, Etude in C minor, and Grand Valse Brillante in E flat. Nice collection, well performed. This one is special. This one is really special. Johanna Marzi. Now, I had never heard of her before. And this is a gatefold also with 2 discs. Here's a picture of her, if you can make that out, amongst all the glare. And I had never heard of her. This particular recording is a mono recording from 1955 and 1961. Those are the original recordings. They were remastered by the Lost Recordings. I don't know if they were remastered in stereo. There's nothing that says mono here. This is a gorgeous collection of beautifully performed pieces. If you want to listen to something that's violin, she plays beautifully, absolutely beautifully. And this is what she's playing. First, on side A, George Friedrich Handel Sonata for Violin and Basso Continuo. 4 movements. That's an absolutely gorgeous piece. This does not say 45 or 33 on it. This is the first edition of 2,000 copies also. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, Violin Sonata in B-flat major, Largo, Allegro Andante, and Allegretto. Side C, the Mozart Violin Concerto in G major, which is a delightful one. His violin concertos are all delightful. And then we have Maurice Ravel, Sonata for Violin and Piano in G major. If you get sentimental listening to music, which I sometimes do, this one will make you take pause and force you to listen to it. It's beautifully recorded, it's beautifully remastered. And then, last but not least of the classical ones that I have, we have János Starker, and Georgi Sebak, cello and piano. Starker is a great cellist. Sebak, I'm not sure I know his work, but on side A we have Prokofiev's Cello Sonata in C major, and on side B we have some Granados, Falla, and Bach. Sonata for Viola da Gamba and Keyboard number 1. I haven't listened to this yet, I just got this one, but I suspect it's going to fall in line with the quality of the others. Now, jazz. We're going to start with Miles Davis Quintet. These I just got to. I ordered a bunch of these that have come in the last week or so. Miles Davis Quintet, number 2030. So this has more than 2,000 in its edition. Let's see. First edition of 3,000 copies. So I just got this, and 2/3 of it is sold already. 33 RPM, gatefold. And inside the gatefold, we have Mr. Miles himself. Now, you'll notice that these are all similar covers. Basically, a dark blue, and then in gold, a facsimile of the signature of the artist. And, I guess I should say, we have the Miles Davis Quintet Complete Live in Paris, Volume 2. So that's a total of 4 CDs. And we've got Miles Davis, Sonny Stitt, who's an excellent sax player. Paul Chambers, one of my favorites on bass. Wynton Kelly, amazing on piano. And Jimmy Cobb on drums. All top people. This was recorded in 1960 on disc 1. All Blues by Richard Carpenter. Softly as in a Morning Sunrise by Sigmund Romberg. Side 2, Walkin' by Miles Davis. 4 by Miles Davis. Autumn Leaves by Joseph Kosma. Makin' Whoopee by Walter Donaldson. No Blues by Miles Davis. And The Theme by Miles Davis. These also just came in the package that I just got. I went a little nuts with these once I had listened to John Marantz and Oscar Peterson. Stardust by Sonny Stitt. Unidentified by Sonny Stitt. Round Midnight, Thelonious Monk. Walkin', Richard Carpenter. If I Were a Bell by Frank Lesser. Fran Dance, Put Your Little Right Foot Out by Miles Davis. Two Bass Hit, Dizzy Gillespie, John Lewis. So What, Miles Davis. All of You, Miles Davis. And The Theme, Miles Davis. No, that seems to be about it. So you got a couple pieces repeated in different performance. Now, one of the nice things you get with this, I'm just going to cover up the code. When you buy these, you get a high-res digital download certificate. So you can put this on your computer or whatever device you happen to have. And then you've got it streamable when you want it and on vinyl. On vinyl when you're ready for it. Stan Getz and Astrid Gilberto. 2 discs. On Green Dolphin Street, The Singing Song, The Shadow of Your Smile, Oh Grand Amour, that's a Jobim piece. Blues Walk, Once Upon a Summertime medley, another Jobim medley. You have a Michel Legrand. Edelweiss, Gary Burton, Samba de Nota So, Jobim with a couple of others. The Shadow of Your Smile, Johnny Mandel. Voce e Ue e Voce. Hope I got that right. Vincinius de Moraes and Carlos Lira. Corcovado is Gene Lees and Jobim. Love Jobim. The Telephone Song. And then on the last side, Oscar Hammerstein, Richard Rodgers, Is Might Well Be Spring. The Girl from Ipanema, which is the most famous Getz Gilberto piece. And Jive Hoot. Jive Hoot. Dexter Gordon and Donald Byrd. Dexter Gordon, tenor sax, Donald Byrd, trumpet, Herb Geller, alto sax, Ake Persson, trombone. Maybe that's Ake, A-K-E, Persson, Scandinavian, I believe. Heinz Kitchenberg, guitar. Jürgen Ellers, double bass. And Joe Harris on drums. This is a one-disc piece. And the price is reflected. These are not cheap, but they're very, very well made. So I think that if you can find a used one, great. They're all limited editions. If not, I find that they're well worth the price. So we have an Air for the Air, Blue Orchids, Fly Me to the Moon, and the Dexter Bird. This is a mono 1963 recording. And this is a short album. You've got 11, 12 minutes on one side and 10 minutes on the other. Let's see if these are 45 RPM. Let's look in the gatefold. 45 RPM. Yeah, this one is not numbered. So they must have sold out the first edition. So we have Oscar Peterson live at the Concertgebouw in 1961. And then we have Oscar Peterson live in Bremen, 1961. These I listened to. These are great recordings. Piano trio, jazz piano trio. And so let's see. What have we got for songs? We've got La Fille de Cadiz, I Could Have Danced All Night, The Golden Striker, introduction by Oscar Peterson, Where Do I Go From Here, My Funny Valentine, I've Grown Accustomed to Her Face, and Blues for Big Scotia. Then Softly as in a Morning Sunrise, Band Call, Con Alma, Politics and Poker, Where Do I Go From Here, I Remember Clifford, It Ain't Necessarily So, and Chicago. So you've got some classic pieces here. Oscar Peterson from Montreal, Canada. As we are all being trained to hate Canadians, that will never work with me. Dave Brubeck. Debut in the Netherlands, 1958. Two-part contention, Someday My Prince Will Come, These Foolish Things, One Moment Worth the Years, For All We Know, Watusi Drums, The Right Groove, The Duke, and Take the A Train, some classics, and some not so well-known pieces, maybe. Dave Brubeck, Paul Desmond on sax, Eugene Wright on bass, Joe Morello on drums. Marvelous, marvelous cast. Then we have Duke Ellington. Live at the Berlin Jazz Festival, 1969 and 1973. So you've got piano improvisation number 1, Ellington, Take the A Train, Billy Strayhorn, Pitter Panther Patter, Ellington, Sophisticated Lady, Tap Dance, Ellington, Side B, Les Plus Belles Africaines, Ellington, El Gato, William Anderson, I Can't Get Started, Vernon Duke, Caravan, Juan Tizol and Duke Ellington, and Satin Doll, Billy Strayhorn and Duke Ellington. I don't know which was recorded at which time. They do come in nice sleeves, but all of these are gatefold editions, and they don't have gatefold sleeves. 2 extra copies. I've got an extra copy of Stan Getz and Astrid Gilberto, and Dexter Gordon and Donald Byrd. So be on the lookout. I'll be doing a giveaway at some point when we get enough members. Right now we don't have many. If you made it this far and enjoyed the content, I hope you did. Certainly if you made it this far, you probably did, or were at least interested. If you could hit the like and subscribe, that would be very helpful. Next time I will probably not be in my workshop area, but I wanted to start off with a demonstration of the repaired unit. And it actually sounds pretty good. It's a little bit clunky. I think this is I don't know what year this was made, but it's a simple system. It sounds great. I got, the Ortophon 2 series red, which is, it's a $100 cartridge. It's not anything to write home about, but it gives really good sound. And with this turntable, it's a nice pair up. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed getting to see it live. And hope you join me again. Again, please hit like and subscribe. And if I remember to, I'm going to put a link up here to the unboxing from last fall of my audio equipment. Thank you very much. Be kind. Take care of each other. Thank you.